Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year to all of you, especially for all of you in Illinois, because this video is for you. Yes, you have just rung in the new year, which also means the provision of the Protect Illinois Communities Act is now in effect. How many of you actually registered one of those scary assault weapons? Well, we got the final numbers as of midnight tonight. So today, or this evening, or this morning, wherever you are, but this is for you, Illinois, let's talk about Illinois will have to confiscate how many guns? Okay, coming to you live from our central Washington location here at the ranch in beautiful Cle Elum, Washington. We are a couple hours away from the new year. You have just rung it in, Illinois, and so we're going to share with you the final numbers according to the Illinois State Police Department as of midnight tonight, or January 1st, 2024. How many of you actually registered your firearms? Now, we're going to look at the numbers a little bit a different way than we've done in the last ones. But first of all, we have to come out with the operational numbers. These are the numbers as of midnight tonight. There are still 2,415,481 FOID card holders. There were a total of 15,164 individuals who registered, for a total disclosure of 51,978 items which were disclosed. That breaks down as 33,065 firearms, 18,632 accessories, and 281 ammunition disclosures. Now, instead of trying to figure out what the compliance percentage is, which we all know is paltry at best, instead what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how many items might the state of Illinois actually have to run around and gather up. Let's start with the premise that every single 2.4 million FOID card holder has at least one item to register. Here's what the numbers would look like in that case. If you have 2,415,481 FOID card holders and only 15,164 individuals actually registered an item, if there is one item for every FOID card holder, then there are still 2,400,317 individuals in the state of Illinois that still need to register something. Now, also on the last video, when we were taking a look at the numbers, we've also realized that the items per person, that is the number of items per registrant, had gone up all the way to 3.43. If every person who had a FOID card in Illinois tonight at midnight had 3.43 items in which they needed to register, this is what it would look like. With 2,415,481 FOID card holders, at 3.43 items, that would mean there is 8,285,100 items to be disclosed. However, there has only been a total disclosure of 51,978 items, which means if these numbers are correct, there is still 8,233,122 items to be registered. And then finally, we have to do it the governor's way. As you know, we've always been trying to look at the numbers and help the governor out with as much of a positive spin as he possibly can. And that, of course, is the 6% rule. For those of you who haven't geeked out on that before, we'll link up some of the other videos. But the 6% rule is basically, hey, listen, there's plenty of studies that say there's at least 6% of adult Americans that own an assault weapon, or what we like to call semi-automatic rifle. There's 12.6 million individuals in the state of Illinois, but only 9.9 million are actually of legal gun-owning age, which there would be a total of 594,000 assault weapons or semi-automatic rifles possessed by people in the state of Illinois. However, to date, as of midnight tonight, there has only been 33,065 disclosed, which, if true, that means there is still 560,935 of these scary assault weapons still to be registered. So the bottom line is that no matter how you cut it, even when we use the most positive numbers in favor of the government, this is a law which, Illinois, you have chosen that you are not going to comply with, and I think you should all give yourself a round of applause. Now, what happens next? Is the state of Illinois going to actually round up all of these firearms? Are they actually going to go door to door and actually confiscate? Well, that remains to be seen. Things might get really noisy in Illinois if that happens. One of the things is the Illinois State Police is saying, hey, listen, you can still register these firearms after the deadline. Now, knowing how your state absolutely hates your inalienable rights and absolutely hates any lawful and responsible gun-owning Illinois resident, do you think it would be wise then to submit documentation to the state of Illinois showing that at some point you were actually in violation of this law? Bottom line is I do not believe you should be cooperating in your own prosecution. Listen, we're going to obviously see some updated numbers. We obviously probably got a big old dump at the very end here with a bunch of last-minute registration, so we'll probably circle back on this in a couple of days. But no matter how the numbers come out, Illinois, you guys did yourself proud. For the folks in California who are going to start with Senate Bill 2 tomorrow, you might want to take a page out of the Illinois playbook as to how the citizens treat unconstitutional gun laws. Listen, if you got any other questions about this or anything else, we'll go ahead and link all the data and everything up there in the description box. If you got any other questions about what's left of your Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information, it's also down there in the description box. Now, in the meantime, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Illinois, you guys did yourself proud. Until we talk next time, thanks for watching. Happy New Year and stay safe.